Good morning, everyone. I'm Sudhir Nair. I represent G2 in South Asia. G2 is the activation marketing division of Grey Global Group, also known as Grey Group as of now. And the kind of services that we offer include data consulting, interactive marketing, direct marketing, trade and shopper marketing, as well as web development. Before I actually get going with my presentation, I would like to thank the IIB and the EIAA on behalf of the Ministry of Tourism and the agency for inviting us here to present a truly incredible case study. And I hope this is something that you can sit back and enjoy. And honestly, it's an honor to present in front of such a distinguished set of people. It's actually a digital success. The way we feel this campaign has actually spanned over a period of 5 years. What I've done here is try to compress about 5 years of our learnings on doing this campaign into a short presentation. I hope I'll be able to cover this in about 30 minutes and 10 minutes for Q&A, or else we'll have an extended lunch. Okay, just as a precursor to how it started, this all started actually in year 2002. Till 2002, India as a country never had a brand name which could actually showcase its tourism potential. So while there were countries like Malaysia as well as Singapore, Malaysia has got something called Truly Asia, Singapore has uniquely Singapore. India as a country never had a brand name or a tagline to go with. And honestly, it was in 2002 that we were waking up to the potential of tourism as a possible thing that could boost our economy. And that's how it all started. The brief that was given to almost 10 different agencies, it's more about projecting India as a place for physical as well as mental rejuvenation, a place for cultural as well as spiritual elevation. And along with that, there was also this conscious effort of trying to move out from the shadow of being a third world country to more of a country which is more of booming economy. We have over 9% of GDP growth as of now. And showcase that we are gradually getting into a phase where it's more of modern infrastructure which is actually being put in place. This is a question that people do ask me every now and then. What is actually Incredible India as a brand? And when you talk about a country with almost 30 states and 30 different languages, equal number of dialects, it's actually very difficult to compress all of it into one single statement. But what I've listed down here is ingredients which I feel is truly representative of India as a country. It's an incredible mix of diverse culture, beautiful people, great destinations, the spiritual flavor that India offers, we strongly feel no other country can, and the history of India where probably civilization originated. The challenge. In 2002, when we actually took over this entire brand, there was nothing online that was actually visible. We had a website which was quite defunct. If people actually went to that website, I'm sure none of y'all would have wanted to come to India. And diverting traffic to that existing website would have been a disaster. And true to the brand name, our deadlines were equally incredible. The approach that we took was to highlight unknown facts of India, target high traffic websites, and brand is all about visibility. And there is a lot of disparity when it comes to comparing budgets. While our budgets in India would be huge as per Indian standards, about 500 million rupees, when you convert that to dollars, it's just about $10 million. And in $10 million, we were asked to do a campaign on the print media, on TV, as well as on online. And I think what we have done here is use internet clearly in a smart way, where visibility is something that we manage to sustain. And I honestly feel that internet allows you to do it. And the question is, if you have to experience India, then you need to start experiencing the brand. Little known facts. I've faced this question n number of times. Does internet as a medium help in branding? Here is a perfect example. I don't think this is a fact which is known to people. Incredible India as a brand was launched on the online medium first, and it's about 3 or 4 weeks later that it actually got translated to print as well as TV. So here is a case in point that branding on internet definitely works. We started with hosting the website, strangely called Tourism of India. The domain incredibleindia.com was with someone else. Now the government has managed to get it back. We followed it with a global online campaign, primarily on the basis that travel and tourism probably is the most researched product online. And there are many numbers and statistics that can prove that. A lot of research actually went into it. While we were looking at different statistics, we also analyzed data for the past 5 years that the government had. We looked at what are the different online tools that people used in terms of getting information. What is the time of year when people from Europe or people from United States or people from Japan and Korea travel to India? What is the kind of duration that they spend in India? And what is the different path that one can take when it comes to maximizing a campaign? And apart from that, we also did a total drill down on identifying leading travel portals, travel sections on horizontals, apart from actually tapping the humongous amount of traffic that the portals generate, like MSN or Yahoo. Travel agents, which we think is integral to the travel and tourism industry. So we made them as a part of our entire gamut of experience that we were trying to create. And obviously, search engines were also a part of the entire media mix. And this is how the logo has actually changed. So now, the eye of India, which is more the exclamation mark, this is something that's symbolic of the brand name Incredible India. And the banner that you see down is the one that actually went live first on sometime in March 2002. And it clearly showcases 4 strong religions that actually originated out of India. So we started with theme-based campaigns. What you see is Ayurveda, which is basically called as alternate medicine. It basically treats people with different kind of herbs and totally, there's a lot of people interaction that actually goes into making Ayurveda. 2 destination-based campaigns where we were clearly looking at showcasing different destinations in India, which makes a lot of sense. This talks about the backwaters of India. And the results, the website was actually launched in 10 days. We had about 20 programmers working day and night, try to getting things up. About 400 destinations were covered in the first launch phase. And when we actually told the government of India that we need to do 75 different creatives, they were equally shocked. The fact is, we actually spread our media really thin because the campaign was to last only for about 20 days. And the logic being that if you have to showcase India in just about 20 days, it was very important that we reach equal number of unique visitors across different genres of website that we were targeting, and hence showcase 75 different aspects of India in that short period of time. Click-through rates of 1.2% on Indian side, so I don't think CTR is something that is representative of the success of the campaign. Click-through rate of almost 0.45% on the international campaign. And if you look at the cost per unique visitor, which is roughly about ₹9 or 20 cents, is the average international plus Indian, which I think is quite phenomenal. And as the campaign progressed, we did a complete course correct in terms of the insights that we got. So while we were doing the first phase of the phase 1 and phase 2 of the campaign, phase 3 we clearly looked at doing local languages. What I mean by local languages, I think it's very important that when you're talking to different nationalities and people from different countries, it is very important that you talk their language as well. There has to be option to close the loop. I don't know what, I don't understand what Web 2.0 or Web 3.0 is, but I think option to close the loop is something that's more hygiene factor rather than anything else. It was clearly a time-based campaign that one wanted to follow. Time-based campaign in the sense we were looking at different types, profiles of people actually coming in from maybe parts of Europe at a particular season to India, and hence the campaign was basically timed according to that, so that we give them at least 3 months of time to do their travel bookings. And each genre of website caters to a different segment, and for the first time we actually started tapping the local verticals as well. So, the campaign went from 1 language to almost 7 different languages. The media plan was optimized based on the learning from the launch phase of the campaign, and even the website went from 1 language to 5 different languages. And actually, the experience starts from the day a potential traveler starts interacting with the brand. And that is why we felt that if we cannot probably own the media for a longer period of time, the moment we get somebody clicking on the banner and coming onto the site, we need to start creating the experience there. Which is why we actually introduced multiple touch points as a part of the entire campaign. There were contests again, which was being made as a part of it, where there was complete paid vacations that was on offer. And it was a clear example of public and private partnership. I don't know if you do know how the government in India works. each department, it's more like a federal system that you have. So while a Ministry of Tourism has to coordinate with the Ministry of Civil Aviation, there is a Ministry of Labor which is separate. And for the first time, we actually managed to get all of them to talk to each other and come out with a plan which is more symbolic of what the tourism industry in India was trying to achieve. Hence, an online 360-degree approach. Now, again, when it comes to doing integrated campaign, the word 360 degree is something that comes in quite regularly. I think it's quite cliche to talk about 360 degree anymore because every medium has got its own potential of becoming 360 degrees. I think you can do a whole lot of things that you normally wouldn't do and assume that some other medium is supposed to take on that job. I think we can do a lot, much more than that. The campaign for phase 3 actually ran across high visibility sections on Indian as well as international sites. There were some key innovative site captures and roadblocks that we managed to do on a few of the key portals. And with CTRs, again, ranging from 20% on an Indian site to almost 5% on the international site. For the first time, we introduced mobile-based SMS contest. Innovative mediums were used to connect with customers by a DVD ad insert and digital brochure. Direct marketing initiative was taken, so there were postcards being actually added to tickets wherever possible. What you see here down is the Incredible India logo. Now again, there was a whole lot of strategic thinking that actually went into taking this kind of an initiative. The logic being India and technology is quite synonymous. So when you talk about technology, by default, you do think about India, at least in terms of programming. And by and large, the technology magazines in India were regularly being picked up by the international traveler or by the international community. And we felt you have to pay the Indian rates to do a campaign here, whereas you reach the international audience at a much cheaper cost. And it was quite a strategic way of doing things. And honestly, it was quite a big success because we did get a lot of reviews from people who were actually picking up these CDs and then coming back to us with reviews. There were contests that was run. This is called Gorgeous Goa. Goa is again a very beautiful place in west of India, lots of beaches. What you can see here is the small hint buttons that's there next to each question. You click on it, and these questions are not easy at all. So it's quite difficult even for an Indian to come back and tell you the exact answers for these. When you click on the hint button, you were by default taken to pages on the website where you had to read the complete page to get an answer. And by doing that, we managed to get people to read more about India, know more about India. And once you submit it, you get enter into a lucky draw. And the impact. Traffic on the website, page views increased by over 265%. Visits to the site increased by over 350%. Data transfer was almost 150 GB per month. Again, this 150 GB per month is something that gave us enough pointers to actually figure out what is it that people are downloading that it consumes almost 150 GB. And interestingly, things like video downloads, image downloads was something that was being popularly used on the website. So as a part of our strategy for the following campaign, we gradually upgraded most of our videos. There were all new videos that were being put up on the site. Every week, almost 10 videos were being added so that there is some freshness added to the video gallery section. And to heighten the impact of the campaign, there's a new interactive application which was created, which is called Plan Your Trip, was added to the site. Plan Your Trip is a kind of application where if you have a request and if you have your itinerary ready, you want to request for a package, you could actually come onto the website, fill in your details, and the travel and tour operators who are registered with the Government of India, they would come back to you with a complete package. And those travel and tour operators were probably in the same location as you are based. And the learnings, I think creative performance is more a feature of size. Bigger creators obviously perform much better than the smaller ones, but it's also a question to ask ourselves, what do we do with these smaller sizes? And what we did was clearly use the smaller sizes to drive traffic to the contest. Because when you talk about 7-day packages on pallets of wheels, suddenly you have people even clicking on the smallest of all banners. And innovation in terms of image gallery, destination of the month, Incredible India poll, which were branded Incredible India polls, site capture, we started using DSML units, And most of these actually managed to get a good response in terms of reviews, word of mouth. And suddenly we also realized that when you start associating Incredible India with technology, you suddenly are showcasing India much more because people, when they start reading about technology, they by and large can also read about Incredible India. Cricket is something that we think made a lot of sense in a lot of countries to push the brand. Meanwhile, we also revamped the website with a clear focus on the interactivity as an aspect. We categorize information in almost 3 different genres, includes themes, destinations, tourist circuits, and we also upgraded the infrastructure to handle the kind of load that the website was actually generating. And this is how the new website looks. So while there is a whole lot of features, etc., which is being added, you could get almost all possible information on the website. And the following campaign also turned interactive. And again, this was an attempt to showcase that we have a good mix of sounds that actually play in India. There were new themes that were being added, and these are all DHTML units. So while one would talk about Buddhism, if you have to know more, you have to get onto the website. Again, highlighting aspects which is not known much to people. And as a result, the page views actually increased by almost 294% from 5.8 million in December 2004 to almost 17 million in March 2005. Average time spent on the website increased from 7 minutes to almost 12 minutes in Feb 05. Queries on Contact Us, which is a small email ID that's available on the website, we used to get almost 15 to 20 queries a day. Apart from that, what we have confirmed numbers in terms of total queries being generated by tourism offices across the globe, almost 1,500 inquiries were generated a day, only from the travel and tourism offices of Ministry of Tourism. And plus the travel agents were equally gung-ho about the kind of response that the campaign was generating. Plan Your Trip application, which is again a small application that we created, managed to get almost 1,000 requests a month, including kind of more of HNI kind of audience that were coming there. And as a matter of fact, even the strategy started evolving. So customized packages were being put up on the site with clear travel preference of consumers from individual target countries. And clearly statistics were used to substantiate those kind of numbers. We started moving away from more of a blanket campaign to more of geography-specific concepts, a complete 360-degree approach, which also included a whole lot of interaction between the print media, online, as well as TV. So while the print ad would talk about a spiritual destination in India, it also used to talk about the contests that were being put up online and would recommend people to come online and take part in the contest. The media, again, we started targeting popular genres in target countries. More contests were used to create the hype. Over 10 different contests were used. User-generated content. Again, this is something that instead of user-generated content, what we did was user-generated contests. So while people could actually come and post photos of their trip to India or put up snaps of their trip to India, we suddenly, in the midst of the campaign, we introduced a bumper prize for the best photo gallery. And the kind of photos that we got, almost 800 different entries is what we managed to get. Beautiful photographs, which we've managed to put them as a part of the website. And there were different kinds of collateral that we managed to create out of those photographs. We started talking about destinations and crafts. religion and wildlife. The banner that you see on the left with the candle is called Bhimbetka Caves, which is where actually Gautam Buddha was when he was in India, and from there he moved on to different locations in India. And contest, trust me, it works. If you look at the kind of numbers that we managed to get in just about 10 to 12 days of contest, add them up, it's roughly about 2 lakh number of people that have given their complete details to us. Though it's question of, investing in terms of a bumper prize, but I think provided the bumper prize is good, you actually have people contributing a whole lot of information which is otherwise very difficult to get out of them. And I think this is why it works, because you have a ready database for doing CRM, you have happy consumers, you have good word of mouth, and obviously there is a lot of brand interaction that one managed to generate out of contests. So while incredible Ayurveda contest, this is something that we ran on print as well as on the online space. There were equal number of creatives that were done for both of them. And plus, almost 10 languages were actually carrying these kind of contests across all possible mediums. A contest that was done on Kerala, which is also known as God's own country. So again, you have to fill in a lot of details. There were lots of questions that one had to answer. And you probably have a chance to win about 7 days in the most expensive hotel in Kerala. There were different microsites for themes that were being put up with very focused information on a particular category of holidaying. There were highlights on key destinations. There were relevant contact information. So if somebody is actually looking for a spiritual tourism tour of India, there was enough contact information given so that people could directly go and approach them, and basically travel agents who specialize in spiritual tourism or vis-a-vis different kind of holidaying that is possible. And in the current state, there is almost 18 different microsites that's been put up, which basically means we have 18 different themes and 18 different tourist circuits that is possible. And obviously, the site page views also increased by about 212%. Average time spent moved up from 12 to almost 17 minutes, which means an addition of 5 minutes. Queries also increased. And before I forget, before somebody asks me what is the ROI on the campaign, for the past 4 years, our industry has been registering almost 30% growth, which is phenomenal as far as the number of visitors actually who's coming to India. And we just happened to win the bronze at EuroFEs. Honestly, when we came in for the EuroFEs function last year, I was very disappointed that why on earth did we win the bronze? There's so much that we did. Probably should have won the gold. But after I saw the Adidas campaign, it makes a lot of sense. It's a creative to substantiate. It is more like a product that consumes your interest. And I think there is an obvious attempt to intend to impress people. And having said that, while there are multiple agencies that works with the government of India, due credit should be given to the government of India for taking such a big initiative. While every agency, including ourselves, claims that we are responsible for Incredible India, but I think a majority of the success should be actually apportioned to the government of India. And lastly, I don't think you would want to miss out on seeing our beautiful country. It's a place where you can come back, relax. There's something in it for everyone that comes there. So while Mark Twain and Romain Rolland can say these things about India, which makes India the most extraordinary country, if there is a place on earth, probably it's there in India. I'm sure this is something that you can come back and visit. On behalf of most of India and the Ministry of Tourism, I welcome you all to come to India. We will do our best to give you a fantastic stay in India. And lastly, it's about Atithi Devo Bhava, which actually is a Sanskrit word, which means that guests should be treated like gods. And when you come to India, we'll make sure that you get those kind of experience as well. Thank you.